morning.
Good morning.
Okay, today we're going to learn about how making an iPhone smarter for you and how to personalize it. So anyways, we're going to learn at first making a profile for actually creating and then personalizing what your phone can actually do for yourself. So I'm Paul Phelps, and I've been doing coding and making apps for about 5 years. I've made about 700 apps and counting. So there's a lot of information that goes into counting for what can a phone do and then how to actually make it do it. Today we're just going to actually get you started on making that. So for the first part, we're going to be using tools. So the tools we're going to be using are for Apple computer products only. So most of the products that use for PCs are not allowed to use Xcode. So the computers that we would be using are the iMac, the MacBook, and the MacBook Pro. A few other types of features and different programs would actually be able to run the Xcode product, but you don't get all the features. The next thing we're going to be using is, like I was saying, is the Xcode. Is the actual software that runs to be able to make those apps, and using the coding, and then developing those features and personalizing your phone the way you want it. So becoming a developer and using Xcode, first you have to make an Apple ID. All this does is creates a profile for you in order to actually make apps and be able to track what you do and what kind of apps you're actually going to be making. So the next after that is a simple developer profile. All this is personalizes Xcode on what kind of profile you're actually going to be using and what kind of apps that you're going to be making. This is where you select what your business name is going to be and different type of products that you're actually going to be making for the smartphone or iPhone. So next is research. So once we do our research, and it's also personalizing. So our research is based on actually getting the coding and using what features and developing where you want your iPhone to be able to go and do different things and the features that are actually on the phone. Next is creating the project. So once we create this project, it allows you to make certain precedences on what kind of apps you actually want to make. So if you're going to use GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or any other type of features that are on the phone, you would be able to personalize that and make it what you want it to do. There's a lot of different features, different aspects that we want our phone to do. So once we create that project, it helps the developing go a lot smoother. So in summary, so we talked about the computers that were required and the software that's actually required in order to make those apps. Then we talked about the research that goes into it and creating your Apple ID. And the Apple ID and the research go hand in hand because you're allowed to view all the different sources from different people that have made their own apps.